I'm on the floor with Jim Cramer, who's here to answer your Twitter questions. Jim, let's start with some news of the day. There is a Twitter board meeting. We are not sure what the outcome is. I know your feelings on Twitter, but what would you be looking for at the outcome of that meeting? What would you look for in terms of how you view that stock now?
Okay, Twitter's been a stock that's been a big mistake for Action Alerts. We sold some higher. I no longer want to sell it, and the reason why is because Rob Peck, who's closest to the situation, the great SunTrust analyst, saying it's too late to sell. It's time to start accumulating. Do I want Dorsey as the CEO? I want someone who's totally focused, and I want these new product initiatives that make it so it becomes your newspaper for younger people. That's what we've been looking for. I think they can pull it off.
All right, Jim, we have a question from Brian who says, I'm going to buy some Disney. It's a great deal, but I want to wait out the volatility. When to buy?
Well, there is no waiting out of the volatility at Disney because it's become a football stock, so to speak. Now, it is down from 122. I felt that when the stock got to the mid-90s, the company was just buying the heck out of it. You got Star Wars coming up, and you've got a big China initiative next year. When the market comes down and retests, if we retest Monday and Tuesday's lows from the previous week, Disney's the go-to name.
And Jim, what about Netflix? Should it be bought on the Hulu pullback?
Okay, now Netflix right now is in the control of the shorts, which is very odd, but because we're in a bear market for a lot of high growth stocks, you have to respect that. Netflix, the level that I said buy it was when it got back to 95. I do like Netflix, but in terms of the trade, when it got back to 95, that's where it was before it reported that great quarter. So that's where I have more comfort.
And Jim, we have a question from Gil. Can I pull the trigger and buy Kohls?
Kohls is the deal, which of course is a companion with the street, is writing some very interesting stuff saying that the deal is ripe for activism. The Kohls is right. The stock has come down a great deal. That wouldn't shock me. The deal's got a very good record about saying what's ripe for activism.
All right, and finally, Jim, what about Boeing? Will it fall further as China slows and oil remains low?
These are very important. Oil needs to be in the 70s, 80s for maximum orders Boeing. Obviously, Boeing relies on a lot of China orders, but they do have a good defense business. And because the U.S. is no longer the world's police person, we have been buying Lockheed Martin, which is really oriented toward defense, and Honeywell, which has defense. Don't forget that Boeing defense business, which has been such a drag, could turn into be a terrific tailwind, given the fact that the U.S. is pulling back from defense obligations that are long held.
Jim, thanks so much. Remember, send your Twitter questions to Jim. Use #CramerQ. I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.